There was a time when I was consulting with a firm called Taco Bell in Irvine, California. That's where they do the marketing. And what they were doing is they had done research that showed them that they could gain significant market share through expanding their distribution. Okay? So that is, they found that if they were closer to people, if the people had more opportunities, they would benefit greatly from that in terms of sales. Okay? So they contracted with companies to help them develop kitchen equipment for small areas so they could fit into food courts and gas stations and airports and places like that. So this was before they were in those places. And my part of the consulting was to analyze the other marketing mix factors relative to this move for major expansion. And one of the things from my report that they adopted was to adopt lower prices. And they did it in the form of a dollar menu, but the average item price dropped when they made this expansion move. To maximize their sales, these things need to work together. So fast food is normally intensively distributed, but another way you can look at it is to be more intensive than you are currently, right? And to be more intensive than your competition. And that's what Taco Bell did. And they lowered their price as well. Which is kind of funny right now because a friend of mine owns the Taco Bells in Colombia, and he is really upset because the parent company is running, says all they've been running are these ads for dollar menu items or really cheap things and stuff. And anyway, but in any case, the point is, marketing mix strategy needs to work together synergistically. And if you want to improve the positioning of your product to be of higher quality, you might raise prices, you might cut distribution, make it more selective. You understand? Okay. Why? Because you're going to get more sales push. You need less coverage. Selective distribution versus intensive distribution conveys higher quality, selectivity, scarcity. The fact you can't buy a Godiva chocolate everywhere gives the brand a little more exclusivity or selectivity, a higher image than, say, a Hershey bar. And it's a more limited, that is, it takes greater decision-making effort to buy a Godiva chocolate than a Hershey bar. Okay. Not much for this book. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. Apple. I always talk about Apple, but that's on purpose. I just chose one company to use for all these examples. Apple's products, how are Apple's products distributed or priced relative to competition? Just a general answer. I'd say higher. Higher, right? Okay. How are Apple's products distributed relative to the competition? More selectively, that's how we would say it. So more selectively. But I'm talking about hardware now. So now let's look at software. Okay? This is important. And I'm thinking here, when I say software, about iTunes, for instance. QuickTime to some degree, but iTunes is a good thing to think about. How's that distributed? It's distributed intensively because it's free, right? So in other words, if something's offered on the internet at various sites, different sites, that's intensive distribution. And it's consistent. So within their software, they're consistent. Low price, intensive distribution. Within their hardware, they're consistent. High price, more selective in distribution. Remember, they skim, right? They use price skimming for new products that come out. They charge a higher price. They have more selective distribution, especially for new products when they first come out. And that's consistent. But then on the software side, that's where they get you. They give you their software. Aren't they nice? Apple, nice guys. Free software. And now we own you. Every device is dependent on the software that you have used. So you've downloaded 1 million songs or podcasts. They're all sitting in iTunes. So, in any case, the point is, it's a really remarkably Apple. Their chief discriminator, what gives them a competitive advantage, I still maintain, is their new product development, which is extremely important to them. That's on the desk, by the way. Oh, don't leave. Why are you leaving? Because I know it's because I made fun of you, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I have an appointment. So that's supposed to make me feel better. I schedule all my appointments right in the middle of your lecture, Dr. Bowman. That gives me an excuse to leave before I get too sick. What? I said a lot of things before she left. About the test. Yeah. I said it was going to be on the test, what I just said. Yeah. Anyway, the point is this. They may have the, new product development may be what is their chief competitive advantage, sustainable competitive advantage driver. New product development is extremely important to Apple, and that is on the test. Okay? And on top of that, though, their marketing is excellent as well, because they maintain this two-tier strategy, which is skimming on what they can skim on, but on the software, giving it away, intensively distributing it, making it easy as possible for you to have, so that you depend on. So it helps their hardware sales. They make them money. Okay. Now this is the point in the class where I will ask you to ask me any questions that you have about life, the purpose of life, or alternatively, wait a minute. Okay, yes, you let me know.